NBC News reports that
where's Tim?
Tim is out sick. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Oh, you're gonna wear the beanie? There you go. So, anyways, yeah. Tim didn't do his daytime show today, and he didn't do. He's not doing nothing. I think he's getting sick. I'm not sure if he's going to be back tomorrow either, but we'll see. Anyways, NBC News reports Senator Alex Padilla, Democrat from California, was forcibly removed from a news conference in Los Angeles on Thursday after he tried to question Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem during a news conference related to immigration. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary, Padilla said to Noem, which prompted several men dressed in plain clothes to physically push him out of the room. A top FBI official later said Bureau personnel and Secret Service agents were involved in the senator's removal. Padilla's office shared a video of the incident with NBC News. The video shows Padilla being taken into a hallway outside and pushed face forward to the ground as officers with FBI identifying vests told the senator to put his hands behind his back. The officers then handcuffed him. So, what do you guys think? Should we handcuff more senators? Pardon me? Oh, we got video. Okay.
Oh, I want to see this.
Yeah, let's see how legit was
Hood
this.
rat fights.
Guys, ready? And bell. Sir, hands up. Hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is,
Okay, he didn't say that right away.
Violent criminals that you're rotating on your. Hands off.
Okay, whoa, you just... With everything going on in L.A., some guy runs into a room like that, and I'm a senator, like, what do you expect?
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands,
I'm sorry.
Stop resisting.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
Is he charged with anything?
No, if I understand correctly,
He just got detained.
He's not charged with anything. They let him go once they found out who he was and what the situation was. The Democrats on the Hill are acting like this is the end of the world.
Right.
This is the nightmare scenario that Donald Trump has brought to the United States and the terrible authoritarian regime he is installing.
The way that it was put earlier today was that he lunged at her. So I didn't see that part of the video unless
I saw
they...
it. No, I mean, he was
coming
pushed back,
at
and
her?
Then you saw him. And by the way, Padilla, when I was Senator Cruz's chief of staff, I had to interact with him and several times. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. I say he's probably 6'3". I'd bet 230 pounds.
Looks it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy, and you could see him as the I don't know if it was Secret Service or whatever her personal security detail was. They were trying to gesture, hey, you got to come back, and you saw him push his chest up against them. So look, here's a grandstanding liberal Democratic senator trying to go viral, who is bursting into a press conference and getting the result that anybody in his situation, whether he was Senator Padilla or just Alex, anybody doing some antics like that would have gotten that result.
You would expect antics like that from Congress.
You would or wouldn't?
I would.
Yes, of course. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I've been in plenty of press conferences, and you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed. And bum rush, lunge, whatever. You barged in there. You started yelling. You didn't say who you were. You weren't wearing your Senate pin. Right. You pushed you back. You pushed forward again. Okay, so maybe you're like a homeless nut. You're going into the hallway, right? And you're going to be removed. Now, if you want to do some criticism, maybe they had to put him to the ground. You could have just cuffed him right there, calmed him down, right? But because you're a United States Senator, you get no special right.
Yep.
You behave like we behave. And I'm incensed because I used to live in LA and I love it. It gave me my first child. It gave me my first home. Nobody in charge in California has said, take care of each other. Don't burn anything. Do it peacefully. Nothing. It's all of this.
Yeah. Look, I don't give Senator Padilla any credit here. I mean, even if he were wearing his Senate pin and announced himself as, hi, I'm Senator Alex Padilla, it doesn't entitle you to burst into a cabinet secretary's press conference. And by the way, when he went out into the hallway, he knew exactly what he was doing. You could see it if you replay the clip again. He got on his knees. He wanted there to be that scene.
Yeah, he threw himself on the floor. You could see him in the video doing it. They didn't push him down. It's like, when you pretend to slip when they don't put down the wet floor sign.
Right. And you can see the picture on the left there, like they're trying to get his arms behind his back. He's actually resisting that. And so the only way that you can get his arms behind his back is you got to bring him to the floor.
Oh, by the way, so the Homeland Security director is in L.A. when they're expecting it's been a wild week and it's going to be a wild weekend. And a guy comes up like that. Well, what do you think is going to he knows what was going to happen.
To that point, not only that, but you had 2 attempts on Donald Trump's life.
Yeah.
You've had multiple people that were committing arson and committing all number of crimes that were related to people for having Teslas because they had the wrong politics. The left has been targeting people for clearly and openly for the better part of a year now.
That's right.
It's been unambiguous.
Yes.
So to think that, hey, we need to have a little extra security because people are trying to, throw their weight around inside a DHS news conference, that's not unusual or some kind of odd expectation.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, it's completely reasonable to say, okay, we're not going to let you approach the elected officials who happen to share the same political ideology or political party of the people that have been attacked historically for the past, year, pretty open.
And if I might, afterwards he gives a little press conference.
Yep.
Saw somewhere out on the steps of the federal building there, and he says, well, I was in the same building and I heard she was giving a press conference, and since I'm not getting any information, I thought I would go and listen to see if I could pick up a few clues here. But did that look like a guy that walked into a room to quietly listen?
No.
Maybe stand against the wall, wave to her afterwards and said, madam, can I get a moment of your time kind of thing?
No.
So I'm not
And
buying
to
it.
your point, it is well within the realm of possibility, given the era that we're in right now, that the left is willing and able at the drop of a hat to use violence to push their ideological agenda. It is not safe to assume that conservatives necessarily are going to do that, but today's left, BLM, the sort of riot, the anti-ICE riots now, the threats against the president, the constant threats online against people in this administration, it is not unreasonable to assume that somebody busting in to take out the Secretary of Homeland Security is going to try to propagate violence.
Yeah, so NBC News went on to say President Donald Trump's immigration policies and the administration's handling of demonstrations against those policies have sparked an outcry in recent days. After protesters clashed with officers from Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Los Angeles on Friday, the president deployed members of the National Guard and later Marines to assist local law enforcement. Dozens of demonstrations have taken place across the country in the days that followed. Speaking to reporters later Thursday, Padilla said that he was receiving a briefing from military officials when he learned Noam was in the same building and decided to join her briefing.
Oh, of course. So this is a grandstanding Democratic senator who's like, wait a second, I could go viral here. I'm going to go do something stupid. Mm-hmm. And I mean, mission accomplished in a way. He did do something stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
talking about him.
I don't know that I consider it stupid. I think it's pretty predictable, and also, it's emblematic of the times that we live in, where everyone wants that viral clip.
Totally. Look at the bad journalism there.
Pardon me?
Look at the bad journalism. Padilla said he was receiving a briefing from military officials. Okay, he wanted answers. He's talking to the military. When he learned Noam was in the same building and decided to join her briefing. I was there peacefully, he said. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that on the clip.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely trying to use, throw his weight around.
It's bullshit.
It's like the first union address that Trump gave, and who was it that started yelling and causing a huge scene in the
I don't know who it was, but that's actually happened more time than once.
Oh, you're talking about the State of the Union?
Congressman Kane, the guy with the cane.
With the cane, he was shaking the cane. Yes, Green.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Exactly
Al Green.
He disrupted an
the
official
hysterics and the melodrama.
Totally
and he
man
was
can
given
sing.
way too many chances before getting thrown out of there.
Totally right. Totally right.
Yeah, I mean, and it does show that the reaction by Speaker Johnson to not actually do anything was definitely, kind of left a bad taste in my mouth because
Against Green?
Yeah.
Well, he was eventually. I mean, it led to Mary's point. I mean, he went for way too long, but I think he was eventually.
Well, they
Right?
adjourned. Yeah, they adjourned because he wouldn't shut up.
Well, all I could tell you is, as a swing voter in a swing state, me, this ain't doing it for me. It's It's not. This is the strategy. I can't. I used to never belong to the Democratic Party, but when you're from Detroit, that's how you think.
Sure.
I never moved. Where did these people go? I love this country. This is
Well, that's the thing nowadays, at least presently, the people that are protesting and rioting, they're not Democrats that love this country. They're progressives that see only the flaws in the United States.
Does that shit looks like progress to you, man?
No, not
How
at
do you
all.
get to be called a progressive
Of course not.
when it's burning up.
Yeah, it's they believe that the destruction of the existing system is necessary for the new system to exist.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.